Going live on the Diddy trial. Well, on this particular live, I want to talk about jury number 7. And everybody's thinking about the leaked information that the judge was talking about early this morning that nobody really could have known other than the attorneys, the judge. That was all in the conversation. But for whatever reason or other, somebody got wind of it and they released it on a news conference. And so the judge sort of went off on everybody today inside court. And so there was another juror that got brought up yesterday, actually. I think they were talking more about it today when they officially dismissed jury number 7. I mean, 6. Juror number 7. Well, he or she kind of told on themselves, right? All right, so let's go ahead and look at this. Typically, you see when there's a jury at hand, they typically put them up in a hotel. They don't have access to the outside world. So, and they're instructed when they can deliberate about what they heard. And normally, I guess they can discuss it among themselves at some point. But they're not allowed to talk to the public. They're not allowed to let anybody know that they're a jury. They're not allowed to look at the media and watch social media when it comes to information about whatever the trial is. Well, this is how you tell on yourself without really telling on yourself, because juror number 7 actually brought the information to the judge, which was then disclosed to the prosecution and the defense, that somebody had texted him, "Are you jury number 6 that they're getting ready to release from the case?" Well, here's the thing. Well, there's a couple of things that's going on here. One, how do they get your number? Two, how they know you on the jury if you didn't tell somebody? And uh, 3, sir or ma'am, who are you talking to? As to, and I think now they kind of disclosed it was a male. Who are you talking to even let them know that you are on this jury, because it's supposed to be anonymous. The jury is supposed to be anonymous during the trial. After the trial is over and they give their verdict, then they can all share their story. They can write their books. They can talk to whoever they want to about the trial. But when the trial is going on, they're not supposed to be having communications with anybody when the trial is going on. They're supposed to keep it to themselves. It's supposed to be hush, supposed to be a secret. Nobody ain't supposed to know, right? So the fact that this juror actually went to the judge and disclosed that he had their personal cell phone information and asked, "Well, you're jury number 6." That they were talking about getting ready to put him off. Well, they kind of put them in a bad light. And so now they got the judge looking at them like, "Who you been talking to?" How you doing, Prophet Biggie TV? How you doing? Yeah, we're talking. Well, I'm talking about juror number 7 and how he sort of exposed himself when it came to giving out information. Now, I was actually watching TMZ and I was looking at Judge Mathis and he was giving his um uh a take on it. And Judge Mathis basically said, basically the same thing when I said when it first came out, he basically told on himself. But here's the thing: you're instructed not to talk to people, but like Judge Mathis has said, um they know people gonna talk to somebody. They're gonna talk to somebody to them or whatever. But the thing is, whoever you telling, you better not let it get back. It was told by you, and you yourself definitely better not go to the judge and spill the beans on yourself, right? So yeah, he kind of did it himself. So I guess another jury is out, right? Remember, we have 6 alternates outside of the 12 jury in a federal case, criminal case, in a federal criminal, because in a federal civil, I think you can get away with 6 jurors. But in a federal criminal case, you need 12. And they always pick extra people just in case something happened with the ones that they selected. So there were 6. There were 6 additional jurors. So 12 plus 6, that's 18 people that was chosen in order to, be able to be on the jury, right? So now 2 of them are down. So hey, we left with 16. I mean, we still got a case. As far as, oh, like, I made a little skit short earlier in the day about the mistrial. You know, Johnny Cochran said if it don't fit, it must have quit. And now we if we're in denial, we want a mistrial. Right. The team of mistrialers. That's just they mistrial and everything, man. Anything and everything that they can mistrial, they're gonna do a mistrial on. And so we don't need to leave room for them to do this. Like you need to they need to square it in, but it just seemed like so much stuff is going on in this trial. I mean, stuff is getting leaked. Jurors are telling on themselves. Other jurors are not being completely honest or leaving room for doubt. I mean, you got they were already talking about P Diddy the whole trial up until they caught him behind out. He was making gestures, juror, Diddy t-shirts, some even seem to think that, might be shelling out some cash for the people over there on the jury side. There's all speculations of what might be going on. And we don't want to, we definitely pray and hope that this thing don't develop into a mistrial. That's something that we do not want. Um, I am actually I'm doing it from Maryland is actually where I'm at right now. My name is Mira, but my channel is SkitLanta. How you doing? Akila, I, I, Lee, Ickley? Am I saying that right? Well, hopefully I'm saying it right. But anyway, thank you. Thank you for stopping by the chat. By the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Thank y'all for stopping by and talking with me. But yeah, it's just so much stuff that is going on with this trial from like one day to the next. We're still waiting to hear from Brandon Paul. They thought he was going to get up on that stand today and give his testimony, but it was a no go. I think they still had like witness for the state that was going over some stuff that was read on text messages and stuff like that still. And then the judge was addressing the whole leaking of information out to the public and out to the social media. I guess if you're in the courtroom or the overflow room, because let's remember, whatever happens in the courtroom, if you are in that overflow room or any overflow room, it's attached. So whatever orders they're giving, you're also giving as well. And people are giving us updates throughout the day. So maybe before, I don't know, maybe someone is saying stuff that maybe they left out and they don't know they're not supposed to say, and they're actually saying. It could be that, because if somebody had to tell it, although um, some say it wasn't anything to do with the jurors as to the information about jury number 6, because I think there was a little bit of, and I don't really think it was a misconception or confusion. I believe the judge made his opinion on Friday. He said what he said, but he entertained thought because they were trying to make it about race when it came to jury number 6. How there was not a lot of us on the jury selection panel, and so he entertained the thought. Well, I'll think about it, and then he thought about it, and he still stuck with his decision because as of Friday, he said he wasn't. He was going to remove the jury, and although on the live that I was watching with Judge Mathis, he said that he felt like they should have, if there was going to question, where he lived, they should at least allow him to prove it, either provide such as a bill statement or something in his name from the resident, because if he even knew about the court, he had to get some mail. Well, let's put it like this. Well, I know throughout my life I've had various different addresses, so I always kept one main address as a main address that I know no matter where I moved at, I could always get my stuff at this particular mail address. And so, I mean, that could be what his situation is, not necessarily meaning that he actually stayed there. But I think they line those questions up they kind of cover all things so that way you can kind of explain it. And if you're not making yourself clear on what the issue is, then it makes you seem like you're not really on the up and up. You ain't being as honest and upfront as they would like you to be, and that will be a deterrent for someone for a case such as this. So I can understand. But on the live from TMZ that I was watching with Judge Mathis, he was saying how he would, if it was him, he would appeal it court. He would, or either not. I don't know if he said appeal. I think that was. I take it back. Let me run it back. I don't think he said the appellate court. I believe that was the host from TMZ had said that. But Judge Matthews was saying they should request some type of a stay because for the decision, so that way they could present that argument and have him brought back on. But then they raised the question is if you bring him back on, he missed a whole day of trial. How? I mean, that could mess up whether or not his decision or his judgment on what is going on. And Judge Mathis basically said, well, he can read the transcript if he really needs to. And let's remember, Judge Mathis, although he was a judge on TV, he is a real judge. As well as the host from TMZ, he's an attorney and he presided over civil cases, so he was a judge as well in certain situations. So I would think that they know the law and they know how they can get around certain things. But we know how Diddy team is, man. They don't start another mistrial. They even said that at one point. If you remove juror number 6, we're going to ask for a mistrial. But of course, you keep mistrialing to the same judge who keep denying you. Like that's the part I'm getting. Like it will be better for you. Like what I've always said in my other videos is wait for the appeal. Now, as far as juror number 7, yeah, I think that's a wrap. He did that to himself. He told on himself. Now, whether he told on himself intentionally or unintentionally to get off of that jury because he don't really want to be there. Only one would know. I mean, one say they lied because they not. Let me take that back. Not that they said they lied, but it wasn't being as clear because they wanted on the case, and it could appear that one is actually telling on themselves because they want off. I mean, I don't know. At this point, but it's all like just a circus at this point when it comes to this trial because you just don't really know from one day to the next what is going to happen concerning this thing. Um, it has so many twists and turns on a daily basis that you really be like in awe of it all. Like really? So I am curious to see what is going to happen, the final outcome, sure, just like everybody else. I know prosecution, they said that they're probably going to be wrapping this up this week, sometime either between uh, tomorrow and Friday, possibly Thursday and Friday. They're going to be uh, closing their side up, leaving it up to the defense. The defense says that they're going to probably take a couple of days to about a week um, for their witnesses, and then they'll be giving a closing statement. So we're looking at anywhere from another week or two, and this trial is probably going to be over. And then we'll be waiting on a not verdict, but well, I guess a verdict. We'll be waiting on the jury to go in amongst themselves and talk to deliberate on themselves. And before that happens, they're going to be giving strict instructions, y'all, on the law of RICO and what they're looking for. And then, believe my research, I heard they're going to have to give a reason too as why you chose this way or that way. What was the defining factor for you? So I guess um, it's not going to be well, some can say it's not going to be off field. Some can say it is your feelings or whatever. I really do think that this is all going to boil down to the prosecution and the defense closing statement. Is what it all going to boil down to. Have the RICO been proven by the prosecution? Absolutely, positively, yes, it has. Whether or not it's believable to the jury, well, that's another question. And I see you, Jordan. How you doing? I'm sorry I missed your live. We actually had something that was going on here at the house, so I kind of got sidetracked and I had kind of forgot about it. But yeah, thank you for joining live, Jordan. Y'all don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed to, if you subscribe, not subscribed. Okay, so I was like, if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I was trying to go on my laptop and go on a poll that I had did just to see where it's at. I did a poll earlier about what they thought about the leak information and the leak information going out. Um, And on the poll, I said, do you believe one of the attorneys from earlier, either side is leaking information to the public that isn't supposed to be leaked? And of course, which side do you think it is? Do you think it's Diddy's or do you think it's the prosecution? And right now, the prosecution is in the lead for the one who possibly leaking out. And when I mean, not too many people have voted on this because, like I said, I just put it up there. I am a small channel, but it only take a couple of days for me to get some real good numbers on a poll. But I'm curious to see. There are a lot, but for the ones that have voted, if you haven't voted, make sure you go on my community post and cast your vote on my community post because I want to know where everybody stands at, kind of get a feel because we are the public, right? We are the people of public opinion, and we reflect the jury. We really do. So whatever we're seeing and feeling, how we're feeling, is kind of how they're probably going to feel. So if it's a 50-50 split, we talk about a hung jury, right? If there's a larger percentage for Pete versus the state, then we're talking about Diddy not doing any time in jail. If there's a larger percentage for the state, then that's probably going to be where he's going to do some time. So, like, I'm really curious as to how or what people are thinking. Like, I'm on a lot of lives myself. I also went on Law and Crime Network, which another one of my questions that got pulled today. Thank you, Jess. Thank you so much, in the panel. And they were addressing my question with panel today. And they don't read every last question because Lord knows I be asking a whole bunch of them because they are a panel of lawyers. All of them are lawyers. All of them have worked on various different cases, from civil to criminal cases. For the most part, I think a lot of them that are on that panel actually work with criminal law as well. So they are very informative when it comes to what will happen or whatnot when it comes down to the case. I'm doing good, Jordan. How you doing? Another one of the polls that I did was, do you think repeatedly showing the video from the hotel with the defense by demonetizing the jury, do you think it will help the prosecution? And on this one, I did get quite a bit more than the last one, and it was, do you think it will help the jury? Do you think it will help the defense by demonetizing the jury, or do you think it will help the prosecution? And the videos they were saying, 15% said it probably would help Diddy, 67% said it will help the prosecution, and then 18% said don't think it really matters either way. So on that note, that would seem that the video footage, and then yesterday y'all know they showed explicit sex videos where they was actually in the middle of freak offs and whole nights and um King's Night. They showed those videos. So that goes with, like, if you were looking at the poll that I did as far as video showing it too, how it would affect, I think that is really working prosecution's favor when it comes to showing the jury these crazy behind videos, these explicit videos that they're showing them. I think that is going to really put a nail in it. And that was one of the questions that I asked on Law and Crime Network today. I basically asked them, do they believe those text messages that the government expert witness was testifying on the seized phone calls that they had recovered from Diddy, KK, and various other hotels, not hotel, various other staff members from Diddy's organization, and they was reading them, and that was pretty much like gold. If you couldn't have the people on the stand, their text message, and it was not hearsay because of the way it was obtained legally. It was obtained through a seize. So the information that they're reading was legit. That's about as best you're gonna get if you don't have the person on the stand because that's their words. They typed those words from their cell phone to another person, and that was really damaging. So I asked the panel, do they think that put nail in the coffin and persuaded the juries to say, oh yeah, that's it? Because, like, far as for me, I already saw the RICO, but when I listened to those text messages that government witness was reading off, and a little bit of the ones they did today, like, KK, at this point, you better take the stand if you don't want to go to jail. Although I know they keep saying she's not gonna take the stand, girl, you better take the stand. Z-Rock, you better take the stand because this stuff right here, they got y'all. Um, hey, my baby, I love you. You look amazing in that blue dress, darling. Oh, actually, it's a black skirt, but thank you. It's a blue shirt, but it's a black skirt. But thank you so much, Bradley. Yeah, and I'm kind of confused on that. I'm a little confused when it comes to why they're not speaking. Matter of fact, it's a lot of well experienced attorneys just saying it's like you gonna do some time if they decide to press charges against you because you're not going for the immunity and they got all this evidence showing where you are literally co co-conspiring or helping or organizing these alleged crimes or these crimes that they're going after him with. Thank you so much. Y'all, thank y'all so much for y'all support. I'm just on here to see how y'all feel about what's going on with the Diddy trial. The stuff that's coming out on the online here recently. Yeah, I'm shocked that they let them watch these explicit videos now. I don't even see what the point of that is. I mean, they know at this point it's happening. For them to actually watch it, that's like, I don't get that part. Um, So what are y'all thoughts on this? And then there was a whole thing. Let me go ahead and say I did a video earlier and I was talking about Keisha Tales on my video earlier where I was on a live for her today because like I said, I be on a lot of people live, y'all. This is how I kind of gather my information without me being there. So and I made this statement when you're there, you see what you see and then you give your account for it. Unless you're reading those transcripts when you're giving your account, you're not gonna hit everything that happened in the courtroom. You're not. I don't care how good of a note taker you are, unless you do some shorthand note taking and you'll never get up for a break, you might miss something. So I think the beauty of being able to watch it from the home and not actually be there is that you could look at multiple recordings on there and kind of hear what's actually happening, what is being said, and stuff like that. And you can get a wider range of what's actually happening. You won't get the feel of how people react when they because you're not seeing it. You're not gonna get the tone of what was being said or whatnot. But when you get those transcripts, you're looking, and trust me, I'm looking on my cell phone, I'm looking on my laptop, I'm looking on my TV, I'm watching it all happen. Um, you get a broad picture of what is happening. It almost puts you like you're actually there um at the courthouse, and you can really get a feel when you're talking to expert attorneys, when you're talking to expert witnesses. Far as like men, not talking, but you're watching expert witnesses, and or well, if you're talking, if you're on there live and they're communicating with you, it's not like okay, you're standing there with me, but it's just like this. You're actively interacting with them so you can get their opinion on it. Well, I'm sorry, I think because I was ironing some stuff when I was making. I think I probably need to turn it. I don't know, something's making me choke. um well, I was on a live earlier what Teacher tells, and I simply adore her, so I don't think it is anything other than that. I love her videos. I like what how she does her videos. I like her enthusiasm. I like how she really throw herself to it when she's doing her video. But it was one thing that somebody had, and it wasn't me. I don't know who brought it up, but I was the one who I did say no, Teacher, they're right. That did happen. But she was saying that it was misinformation. I think a lot of with Tisha because she is so passionate about having him locked up because in her mind he's guilty. To me, he's guilty as well. But you still have to play the side of both ends in order to be able to get a broader perspective. Because anytime you narrow your mind on it and only see it one way, you're not going to be able to really see the full picture. And that's kind of how it is with the jury. If the jury comes in and their mind already made up, then you're no good for us here because we need you to keep an open mind and we need you to really look at all the details. Something's choking me. Hold on, y'all. Let me make sure my daughter ain't downstairs cooking something. Or got some stove and got it on the stove and burnt. Last time this happened, y'all, I had left something on the stove and it had burnt up the pot. Hold on, y'all. Misha, you ain't cooking that, are you? No, you ain't cooking that. Something got me choking. Out of nowhere, all of a sudden, it just got me choking. Let me cut off that iron. It could be the iron just sitting up there. I think it might be this. It could be my iron. 'Cause I had the iron just sitting up there. Yeah. Okay, so this I was on some coin purses that I'm getting ready to upload to my website that I sell handmade products. So it could have just been the iron. But anyway, where I had left off. Like, so anyway, I had made this video where she was saying on the someone had said that Jane Doe, when she was leaving off the stand, she stopped and she gave the defense. She hugged the attorneys for the prosecution, then she turned around. She hugged the attorneys for the defense. And Tisha was like, "No, that didn't happen. That was misinformation. These trolls are in here. They're just, the Diddy team, the starting room, they're doing this, they're doing this. Hello, Atlanta, I'm going to leave you playing while I do the dishes. Oh, thank you, Diamond and Stick. Thank you for your support." And she was kind of getting upset because she was like, the trolls are just basically lying and spreading information. That was a whole bunch of lies. She was actually in the courtroom, so she saw for herself. She had said how Jane Doe was walking straight. She walked straight out of there. She didn't look at nobody. She talked to nobody when she left out. And you're so beautiful, Mother Bloom. You. Thank you. Thank you so much. And she was saying how it just so many people are taking information and they're just changing it and saying whatever they want, and it's not actually happening. And I'm like, hold on, Tisha, hold on, girl. Actually, that did happen. It was multiple networks that were talking about this. Um, in fact, I went back to go look when because she do bring a lot of stuff before everybody does, and I went back to go look to see where she actually had said it because somebody said, "No, teacher, you said it as well," and she said, "I didn't say that. Where are you getting that from? I did not say that." And I'm like, hold on, I think I remember that lie too where you said it. I went to go look for it. I ended up stopped looking for it because I was like, I just don't want to, because the whole tone of the live sort of kind of threw me off. How she was kind of going at people who were really being sincere to her, but she was just calling them trolls. And I'm like, nah, girl. There was a sketch art. The sketch artist drew her hugging on the defense. Like people literally everybody saw her do this. The sketch artist saw it do it because they drew the picture. Um, so I had made a video about it, basically just saying, sometimes I think maybe she get excited, she be overwhelmed because it's just her, and maybe she just forgot she said it. Um, but it's scary. I could say, they say, we say she said it, and maybe we thought it was her, but it was somebody else because we were watching so many people. But um, no, like it was everywhere. And so I'm like, even the sketch artist drew a picture of her bending down, giving him like a hug before she walked out of the courtroom. So I don't know about that one, Tease. And I made that point because like a lot of people were trying to discredit her, saying that she really wasn't in the courtroom. Now when I said I saw something that kind of was like a conflict was when the Kanye West thing came out when he was in there, and she did say he was in the overflow room. She was trying to get her exclusive, and she almost got the exclusive like outside of anybody. But at the same time, she was saying she was in the courtroom, but Kanye West never went inside the actual courtroom. Kanye West went inside the overflow room, which she said earlier in that live, but then she came back and said um she had got the exclusive from him because she was right next to him. And I'm like, how you next to him and you in the courtroom and he in the overflow room? That don't even first make any sense. Like What am I missing something here? So that's what I was talking about when I was like, I think maybe she get confused or something, or I don't know. But when that whole thing happened today, they kind of just like I don't know because like even they got a clip with even Jaguar Wright is saying something bad about the girl, and Jaguar Wright is someone I know everybody thinks she goes to look to the string, but a lot of her stuff she be on point with. And I think I made a video about that too. I was like, man, even Jaguar Wright saying something about her. So um, and I didn't know what Jaguar Wright was talking about. Actually, I wasn't even into that one. I'm just focused on her Diddy trial, you know. But yeah, like so I just wanted to make sure I had clarified that. I think I did a good clarification of it when I was on the video, but just in case, it's not to bash her, it's not to take any clout from her or whatever, but maybe she just need to um uh do it like an outline or something so that way when she present it she don't accidentally say, because man, people gonna take it and they're gonna run with it, especially when you arguing with them about it and for a fact it happened. Like, yeah, girl, don't you don't want to, how they say, you don't want a DIE on that hill. Like, not when it's recorded and everybody got it on thing. Girl, just say you made a mistake and keep it pushing, girl. No, oh, I don't know. I might have said that. Shoot, I might have talking so fast and I didn't even say that. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna have to go back and look at that. I think that's the best way to try to clear that up than to argue with people who actually saw it for themselves. Um, yeah, but other than that, I really think she's a great commentary. She covers everything good. Um, to me anyway, I don't see anything wrong with. I think maybe she get caught up. We all know how it is. People get on here and they be trying to make you seem this and they be trying to make you seem like that and they want to run your name and stuff like that. That's all a part of being part of YouTube. Shoot, I don't have that happened with me in that crap industry. So it is what it is. Like, um, but maybe with her level, with the subscribers she had, it probably just kind of get to her. So until I guess you're in that position where you have that many people talking to you at one time, you probably won't um really fully understand what they're going through because that's a lot of people. I mean, she be having thousands upon thousands of people on her live at one time. So that could become a little overwhelming, I'm sure. So just wanted to talk about that content. Y'all make sure y'all are checking out my shorts. Y'all know me. I like to do an array of stuff. All still kind of in the same genre of stuff, but I am a big like I love being funny. I like making jokes and stuff like that. So make sure y'all check out my 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 shorts. I did one short today where if you know, you know, you already know who I'm talking about on that short. But I was like, what in the world I just watched on this freaking video? I mean, it was a video I watched earlier, and I'm like, some people just made motivational speeches out of god darn anything. And so the thought came to me like, let's go in and make a video because at the time I was eating my frozen tea with a fork, and I was like, what was that that fell? I heard it. Hold on, y'all. Oh, sorry, it's my air freshener. I was like, um, make a motivational skit about the tea. 'Cause some people, boy, they be like, they can. I think I entitled the R. Kelly of motivational YouTube. Love your hair. Thank you so much, NMK. Thank you so much. How you doing? Welcome to the live. Don't forget to hit that like button. But I in fact, I was laughing so hard when I was making that freaking short. I think at the end I put my little blooper at the end while I was actually laughing. Man, I almost cracked myself out here laughing at myself when I was doing it. But I'm like, some people just take the littlest of things and they be trying to make it seem so theological with the message that they, and you'd be like, what? What? Just stop. Just please stop. So that was just me being goofy, y'all. But I'm sure y'all gonna catch on to what I was saying. Like I said, I still believe in giving people chances, but god darn, when they show you they ain't finna change it, just ain't gonna change. Um, yeah. So I'm just, oh Lord, I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm about to start cracking back up again. Oh Lord, yeah. Cause when I drop this pen, I'm gonna try to drop this pen. I'm gonna try to drop this pen, this highlighter. I'm gonna try to drop this highlighter, but I ain't letting it go. But when I drop it, it dropped. But you ain't catch that though, did you? Oh yeah, that's where I got that from. So I was like, but the real thing that really cracked me up, not so much the video, but it was the comments. When I went on the comment section and it was like, oh my God, I was literally just thinking about this today. Like, oh my God, it's a powerful message that you just said. And I'm like, what? Like, are we watching the same video? Okay. I mean, I get what they were saying or what they was trying to say, but the illustration, it's just like one video after the next is just something to the extreme. I mean, today it was the pen, tomorrow it'll be the lotion, then it's gonna be the bottle of water, then it's gonna be the cup with the ice. Like it's just nonstop. Just saying dumb stuff. They're trying to make it seem like just to try to hype people up and get people motivated because people are they're so they just want to believe in stuff. And I think that's what it all boils down to. People just want to believe in something. So they'll just about believe anything, you know? Other than the truth, because it's more entertaining than the truth. Oh, Lord. Let me get all that stuff here before I start cracking up and can't talk on this thing no more. But yeah, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me on this live here. I'm having a good old time. Oh Lord. But I'm gonna conclude this live. I think I'm on a little bit later. I just wanted to really jump on here and talk about jury number 7 and just go over a couple of things that I have been observing and things been making videos on. So thank y'all for y'all support. Thank y'all for watching the videos. Thank you for your comments and the engagement. Thank you for taking my polls. I just thank you for everything that y'all do because without your views, I'm just simply talking to myself. All right, y'all. Well, as always, be your brothers and your sister keeper. Keep God first. And toodles.